Okay, let's get started here. Hang on just 1 second, please. Okay, we're gonna get I'm gonna get you promoted, so hang on to your seats. Let's see here. All right, good to see some of you guys. We have lots of guests on tonight. Lily Trevino, long time no see. Daniel David, good to see you, buddy. Hopefully the coaching's going well for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Jesse Dembeck, good to see you, man. Hopefully you and your wife are doing well. Tony. Okay, this is gonna take a second here. I sent a message out. I'm sure you, if you're on, you're not usually on. You know, I sent a message out earlier, but I saw that I went through this tool over the weekend that I'm going to show you, and was fairly impressed. Spoke to the CEO, and looks like it's a competitor. I would say it's the answer to Zillow. Okay, it's the answer to Zillow, and it basically, the premise is building a national MLS, which you've heard me say that's been one of my missions for a long time. Actually, we got another guest on tonight, Louis Reset, who's a honorary guest. He's an honorary member of the team and working on something top secret that I really can't tell you more about. But it's along the same lines, and it's I just completely stumbled across this. We were talking about this last week. So here's what happened. An agent I know, another market, excuse me, and she's not with she's not on the team. She's not with EXP, not even with KW. Had closed 3 listings. Got the listings and sold them, closed them in February from the IdealEstate system. So we were discussing this last Monday night. It turns out Susan Murray uses it on the team. If you are on EXP, it's already integrated with KV Core. If you're not in EXP, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you don't have to have the KV Core integration. It definitely helps. It's you've got like a great package if you're lucky enough to have that. If you don't, though, you can still use IdealEstate. So in any case, although, well, that's pretty cool. 3 listings in 1 month for 1 agent in a market where everybody's working their what's off to get even 1 listing. So I started doing some looking and digging, and had a nice conversation with the CEO. Brody's his name. And it turns out it's basically a networking, it's crowd fed. It's a crowd fed system. So here's the deal, guys. The more we use it, the better it gets. Okay. And I'm not going to get into the politics of Zillow and all that kind of stuff. You all know how I feel about that. About Zillow, that is not about about politics too. But the bottom line is, if we don't take matters into our own hands, okay, the consumers will. And the consumers have been. Zillow just happened to have the right product at the right time a dozen or so years ago, doing exactly what we should be doing. The only thing they have different is they have a really nice, shiny looking system that any of us can build. Okay. I know you're saying, Gary, I don't even know how to code a phone, program a phone, but I'm telling you, it's all software, and they're accessing for free your data on your MLS. Okay. They're putting it out to the public and selling it back to you. Okay. That's essentially what's happening. So if you're a pro Zillow person, I'm not trying to pick a fight here. I used to be with them years ago. I just did my own research and found out what they were doing. and started doing some reading and studying years ago, and found out that it was public. They want to do away with us. Okay, so they had a really bad year last year. Just look it up. Go to the Wall Street Journal and look up Zillow, and you'll see what happened to them last year. This is a far better idea, much better for us and our clients. Okay, and I'll give you a couple of pointers. Let's make sure we're recording. Okay, we're recording. I think everybody's promoted. We used to say that A in Zillow stood for accuracy. I love that, Daniel. So yeah, they were really good at getting data on their systems. They weren't good at updating it and taking it off. And we'd get calls all the time from consumers saying, our clients say, "Why didn't you send that one to me?" Well, because it's not actively listed. That thing sold 3 months ago. But in any case, the way this works is this. You have your listings out there, so they're put on this national MLS. The difference is on Zillow, essentially other agents, other systems are promoting your listing, other people, including Zillow and other people too. And then Zillow's turning around taking those leads and selling to other agents. Okay. So here on IdealEstate, your listings are your listings. Nobody else is marketing your listings. You're marketing your listings. Okay, those leads are yours 100%. That's a big deal. And the more people that are in it, the more robust the networking is, and the more robust the referrals are. So the agent I was telling you about in February, all 3 of those came through referral. Okay, how about them apples? So if you think about what that means and how that works, it's really it's a no-brainer. Does it take a while to get it going? Possibly, but is it worth it? I say absolutely. Who here could use an edge in today's market? Some competitive advantage, right? So, in any case, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you IdealEstate first. We'll go in there, and I got a coupon code or hang on a second. Let me go grab that, and I'm going to put it in the chat box. So hang on just 1 second, guys. Came via text, so I sent it to myself. So I'd have it here on the computer. Okay, so let me grab this. Copy. And where is the webinar? Here we go. Okay, so make sure you guys copy that. In fact, what I want you to do, if you could do me a favor, go ahead and grab that link, copy it or cut it, and then go ahead and paste it into another browser session, okay? And just get that opened up for now. We're going to go to it. I'm going to walk you through a few things, okay? Let's see. Louis says, aren't all listings managed by REITs and then published on MLS? Louis, I'm not sure about that. When I was in production 100%, our MLS was a little bit unique. It wasn't owned by the board. It was actually owned by 4 brokers in the area, and they owned it and controlled everything, okay? And one of them was a friend of mine. So as far as I know, everything was directly, it was all local there, but there was another, REITs on top of all that. I wasn't aware of it. See, Louis, hey, Louis, hang on, let me make sure you're promoted. So that way you'll have your video button. So a couple of you, Elizabeth, Gregory, Dennis, Kai, I'm promoting you. You have to, Kevin, you have to turn on your own video. I can't do that for you, but once I promote you, you should be able to do that. Targan, Rachel. So Rachel, were your ears ringing today? Had a good call with Gene about the door knocking. Okay, so everybody should be promoted. So Louis, see if you can do that now. That would be great. So Cindy, this is my Google search on REITs. It's funny because to me, REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. Rain, yeah, R-A-I-N, Rains in the Tidewater, Virginia. It's R-A-I-T-S that Louis was typing in. Has an S at the end. I'll look at that. I'll look at that in a little bit, guys. But first, let's go to the system. Okay, so just wave your hand. Everybody got that link? You copied the link? Okay. Let me share screen, please. And IdealEstate.co. Okay, apparently I started setting up an account. I didn't realize I did that. I'm going to actually type in the link that they gave me so I can see the same exact thing you guys are seeing. This is Preferred Basic Plus. They're giving us that for 2 months for free. You know what, guys, it wants me to continue that setup. Whoops, not sure what I just did there. So I'm going to do this. Can I have a volunteer where I can share your screen? So Daniel, I'm gonna promote you. By the way, guys, I want to recognize Daniel David. Daniel was in one of the very first classes I ever taught in Kentucky, and just took one idea. And I think it was it Twitter or was it Instagram, Daniel? I can't remember which one it was.
It was the meetup.
Meetup, okay.
Yeah.
And, took it and ran with it, and had his own radio show for a while. And now it's with EXP, a different line, but is also coaching. And it's one of the absolute best performers I've ever seen in the business. Just unbelievable, you know. So let me find you. Now that his head's 10 feet wide, you can you guys can probably ask some questions if you want. So, all right, so Daniel, I just made you co-host. What I was going to do was go into, okay, there's the link. Now it says, it says right up top, easy way to break into agent attraction. Agent attraction is part of it, but it doesn't just apply to any one brokerage. Remember, IdealEstate is a third-party company, and the agent that I know that got the 3 listings is with Remax. Okay, so every agent, every broker wants to attract other agents. So everything here is completely 100% third-party neutral. My intention is to really focus more on getting listings and of course buyers secondary. But the reality is you know, if you can attract people by building relationships, you definitely want to make that part of your business model. It doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. And by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier on. There's so many guests on tonight. I know there's a lot of GIA team members, global investor agent team members, a couple of dozen. There are people on who are from other brokerages. So I just want to make sure we're respectful and that everybody's proud of where they work, or they wouldn't be working there. And it's okay to be proud of the place you work and speak kindly of it. But let's make sure we keep things neutral if we can, unless there's something specific, system specific, and I'll mention that, you know.
So
Okay.
no one pull a Will Smith at the Oscars.
What's that?
So nobody pull a Will Smith at the Oscars.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get to see the replay of that. Not exactly sure what happened, but I guess it's a little bit of a to-do. Okay, I think everybody is promoted again. I had to do some more promotions. Oh, Michael Dunlap, hang on 1 second. Okay, so what I want to do, Daniel, is when I was in over the weekend, I went in through basically their main portal, their main page, and I was able to find information on the systems, like a lot more descriptive information, and you know, go through even some videos. We don't have to show the videos, of course, but I think the way to use this coupon here to get 2 months free is you click on that buy now and go through the setup. Now let's see your basic preferred plus card number, pay. Okay, Daniel, only go as far as you want if you're not sure you want the system or not. My understanding is what we just got there was 2 months for free. Whoops. Oh, he doesn't want, you don't want us to see your credit card? Come on, man. I'm just kidding. But the on that first page that popped up, it did say 2 months free. I'm just not exactly sure. I'm guessing we have to set up, although it did say it did not automatically renew. In other words, it must be something you have to do at 2 months to get it to kick into a long-term agreement. Join my team details. Pitch in. Hey, Daniel, were you already in IdealEstate? Have you already heard about it? I should have asked you that first.
Yeah, I've got it with KV Core.
Okay. Why don't we do this? What I really want to do is show people some of the functionality, how it works. Would you mind if we went into your KV Core and did that?
Sure, we can do that.
Did it that way? Okay. So obviously, guys, there's an interface between IdealEstate and KV Core. And KV Core is used in other brokerages too, like Remax and Compass, for example. And I forget one of the others, I can't remember who they are. But once you're into the systems, it doesn't matter where you come from, where you're interfacing from. Once you're into the IdealEstate system functionality, it's all the same. For those of you who aren't familiar with KV Core, it is a freaking rocking system. I mean, just bar none. I've seen all of them, and this is probably the best I've ever seen. So
Yeah, it used to be called Conversion before it became KV Core.
Yep.
Conversion like Kunver, right?
That is correct.
I do remember that. Thank you.
Yep. So go ahead, Daniel. If you don't, there we go. Now we're talking. So what Daniel just did, guys, for those of you who are on KV Core, which is everybody on our team at HP, you start with the clicking on the Marketplace tab on the left-hand side there. Then you go in here and you scroll down till you find KV Core. It's towards the bottom. I can't remember exactly how far down, but I know it's towards the bottom. There it is. Oop, just passed it. There we go. We got a learn more button there. Right smack in the middle, bottom row. Oop, there you go. So you click on that to add it to KV Core if you're in there. If you have KV Core, excuse me.
Unfortunately, there's not a way to skip past this. I have to
I
kind of.
have the Pennsylvania Real Estate Commission. Their website's the same thing. I go in, got to go through the same hoops every single time. Okay, let's see here. Active fee, there we are, see all activities, okay.
There's a whole video tutorial library from getting started to finding recruits, my candidate, exploring candidates. But I think what you're wanting to talk about more is on the sharing your listings. Is that?
Yeah, sharing homes on IdealEstate and sharing your listings. So this is, it all starts with production. That's
We have everyone
Oh, here we go.
here. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Brody Saunders. I'm the founder of IdealEstate, and today's short tutorial is going to talk a little bit about the importance of sharing and how IdealEstate can help you share your properties and better collaborate with your clients. And so right here, we're on my profile. As you can see up here, I can search anywhere in the country for homes. And one of the things we provide at IdealEstate is nationwide MLS. And so a lot of agents are actually using us to collaborate with other agents. As you know, at IdealEstate, We don't sell leads. We don't allow people to advertise on your listing. So we've created a really great place to actually share with other agents and attract more clients and referrals to your business. And so by searching here, I've already got this opened up here. I can search anywhere in the country to create a collection of homes to meet the needs of any client. And so we have a lot of agents using this feature to share with their clients and to collaborate. And what we do better than any other site on the internet is we help your clients share better with their friends and family. So obviously, buying or selling a home is a big financial decision, and it's a social interaction where people share with friends and family. And so we provide a safe place for you to send your clients to shop for homes and to better share with their friends and family and collaborate with you. So as you can see, I can go through, I can really easily create a collection of homes to meet the needs of any client. We really modeled our sharing features after Pinterest, so it's a really great way to share. I can create a collection. As you can see, I can see all the other collections that I've created in the past, but this might be for a particular client. I can do this publicly and or privately. So it's really simple. I can create a board just like you would on Pinterest. Once I've created it, it's really easy for me just to add to that particular board. So once I've created a board, I can add this home to it really easily. And so it makes shopping and sharing a lot more fun than anything else on here. So once I've created a collection, what I want to do is I want to go back to my profile, and you'll see this section down here below. So I can see all of the collections I've created in the past. And right here, I can share this on Facebook, Twitter. I can share it through email. So if I have a client that's not yet on IdealEstate or who just wants to, have a basic profile, you can share it through email. So this is a really great way to share. But what's really great is you can actually share really easily with your connections as well. And we also offer a quick share option, which we'll share with your entire network. And this is a really great way to drive more referrals to your business. And it's also a visually pleasing way for you to share with clients and collaborate. And so, again, we're trying to do something very different from the Zillows of the world. I created this company first and foremost to be friendly to agents. And so I hope this will be a feature that you can take advantage of to share with your clients, but also to connect with other agents, which is a really great source of new business opportunities that you can't really do that on a lot of other sites. It's something we're really excited to provide the industry. So if you have any questions, you can reach me at Brody Saunders, that's SAUNDERS at IdealEstate.co, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.
Okay. Any questions so far? It takes some time to absorb all this, guys. What I recommend is definitely play with it. You can go to their system and start to poke around. And that's exactly what I did. I went to every section and read all the descriptions and watched the videos. And that's how I figured out what this was actually doing, because I couldn't really tell from the homepage. I mean, it was a lot of great sizzle, like here's some benefits, but I was interested in how does it actually work? So is anybody here use Waze? Well, wave your hand if you use Waze for when you're driving to get directions. So you know how Waze is crowd fed? It works based on you and I telling everybody else what's going on, right? So same thing here. Now, the reason this becomes more and more important is we are gradually operating more and more on a global basis, okay? I mean, I'm not talking about politics, I mean specifically in real estate. We have clients and transactions right now on the team that involve agents from multiple states, even multiple countries. And it's only possible because we think at that level and we operate at that level, and our network allows us to do that. And you can do this, well, I shouldn't say that. Depending on what brokerage you're in, you can do this just as easily as we are, okay? I've not worked for every brokerage, but I've taught for almost every brokerage, all the big ones, okay? So I know their systems, and this is, you don't have to have this interface with your brokerage systems. If it doesn't already exist, it doesn't matter. You can still use this system. Would it help if it was networked and interfaced with your CRM? You better believe it, But Brody, the guy you just met, he's not with a brokerage, okay? Actually, he's going to be in the near future, he told me. But I'm going to protect going to keep his secret. So any case, this is a huge advantage. Clearly, you can get buyer leads out of it, but more importantly, from what I hear from people I've been speaking with, they're also getting listing leads out of it, right? So it's pretty compelling. The way it works is, and Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I recall from the learning is, you actually have to go in and create a profile, and you want to make your profile as clean and accurate as you can, and as attractive as you can. And talk, you know, want to put in there things that you specialize in, even personally, like you love hunting, or you love fishing, or you love whatever, you know, put those things in there, because the software is slick enough to look for what's called alignment. All right. So it's going to align you with other agents that have similar interests, right? Maybe you have a particular penchant for retirees looking to move into retirement homes, things like that. They'll align you with those other agents around the country. And likewise, I believe the consumers, when they see all this, there's alignment there. It's all software driven. It's basically based on behavior. So to me, that's pretty sophisticated. You know, I mean, when I got into this business, artificial intelligence was still in its infancy. You know, we were still, I mean, our MLS was like very archaic and clunky back then, but now these systems are allowing our MLSs to have a lot more functionality and capability, okay, as well as our CRMs. So in any case, so far, would you guys like to walk through the setup process together? Anybody just wave hands? We can walk you through the setup using that link. All right, so let's let me put that link in again. Hang on one second. Let me do a share screen. This is mine. That's right. I'm going to get the same darn thing. All right. I need another volunteer. Let me stop share for a second. Who knows they're going to want to do this? All right, Lisa, can we use you as a guinea pig? I'll promote you so you can share your screen. You're muted. There you go. You still there, Lisa? I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna promote you first. Actually, are you on? Oh, we got a lot more people to promote. Hang on one second.
I was going to say, can you promote other people too? Thank you, Gar.
We're up to close to 50 people. Gerard, where you been, man? We were just talking about Richmond the other day. Annual, okay. I think I'm almost done here.
Do I need a credit card, Gary?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. I thought, but I did.
Hey, Gary, how you doing?
Good to see you, man. Lisa, when you plug it in, it says right on that page, 2 months free, and it doesn't auto renew, so you have to actually make that happen. So that's you're in good shape as far as security goes. But when you get to the part where you key in your number, obviously you want to unshare.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing, so you're gonna have to help me out.
Yep, hang on just one second. I've got a few
Okay, I'll
more.
go grab a credit card.
Okay.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Gary, if you want to like walk them through that, I'll monitor your attendees and promote them to panelists to
Okay. All right.
take some
Thanks,
stress
Megan.
off of you.
I appreciate that. So Lisa, let me first promote you.
This is a lot more fun than doing taxes. I've been working on my taxes all day.
Yeah, taxes are no fun.
I've been putting it off as long as I can.
All right. You might not be promoted yet. Hang on one second. Lisa, are you logged in under your usual ID?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on one second. If somebody sees Lisa Sears, yell out, because I'm not seeing it. These should
You
be
mean
an
on the
alphabet.
screen? I'm on the screen.
Yeah, but I have to make you a co-host.
Oh,
Yep.
Keep talking, Lisa, because it puts a yellow bar around you.
Let me do this.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, Lisa, raise your, click on the raise hand
There we
button.
go. There, I got it. Okay, now you're a co-host.
okay.
So if you hover your mouse around, you'll see a green share screen button.
Yeah.
Click on that, and then don't click on anything else yet. Just click on the green share screen.
Okay.
Now you have a panel showing all the screens that you have.
Yeah.
Do the upper left-hand corner one. There we go. Okay, now let me move this out of here. For right now, click X that one out, Lisa. Yep. I just want to see, make sure what it says. Okay, 60 days, no auto renewal. Okay, so you should get 60 days free, and you got to tell it you want to do more. So go ahead and click on buy now. I just want to show everybody what to do.
Hit sign up.
Yep. Everybody watching, just remember this is being recorded, so you'll get the recording tomorrow. So it's okay if your notes aren't perfect. I just want to let you see the steps involved.
Do I want to put Lisa Sears real estate, or do I want to put EXP?
I would put yours, Lisa. Yeah.
But brokered by EXP at the end of it.
Okay. Oh, it's not letting me pick. I was going to type in global investor agent.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, if we're in Oregon and all the agents in Oregon are brokers, should I put broker?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, where's the button?
Down towards the bottom.
Yeah, I'm thinking that all of you guys are sitting on top of my button.
But you see the continue button on the bottom right-hand corner?
No, because you guys are on. Daniel David is in my bottom right-hand corner.
Yep.
You
So you can actually click on the top of that. You should be able to drag that screen, and actually if you hit that minus, it'll collapse all those windows, and then you'll be able to see full screen.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Not going anywhere. Oh yeah, it is. It's spinning.
Okay. It's thinking about it. While the system's thinking, oh, okay, here we are, next screen. All right, go ahead.
Oh, I know all these people. So what do you want me to do, my dear?
Go ahead and you can connect with these guys. You can say connect all. I probably would do that. So now you'd be connected, and then get started. Yeah, go ahead and go through that. Choose your address book.
Hmm. Well, I use Gmail.
Oh, upper left-hand corner. Yeah, there we
So,
go.
but then, oh, so it's going to do it like Zoom does.
Mhm.
Okay, so does that mean they'll all be in there then?
We'll have
I
to
believe so.
select all.
You know, that's interesting that there's only 77. That's, 77 of the ones that we just did. Okay.
They're the ones already in here. And then what you'll do later on is, yeah, here you go. You go ahead, don't be shy. And you can come back later and fill in the blanks, but maybe just add a few one thing you like to do, like go to Hawaii,
Yeah, you know what, Gary, I'd like to think about that so that I don't have to come back in and then redo it.
Okay.
So should I just hit continue?
Yeah, if it'll let you, yeah, go ahead and do that. And this is great because really what we want to do is actually walk through all the steps for everybody to see it. Well, this looks like you took it right back to,
Yeah, but here's my, okay, let me move you guys again. Okay, so here's my profile. So I can upload a picture and all that stuff. So there's the page.
Mhm.
Perfect. So it did it. Now I just have to go in and add my information, and I'm in for the next 60 days. And I need a credit card, so I guess they'll just let me know when I'm ready to pay.
Yep.
Awesome. Who's next?
So now, is there stuff, Daniel, in KV Core we can show people as far as like how do you make connections, things like that, or how do you let's say you want to, so if you want to send a referral, these are things I don't know because I haven't set it up yet. Is all that done from inside the system? In other words, if I have a referral to get the lease, so I don't have to call her up, I can just do it through the system. Is that part of the functionality?
So Gary, full transparency,
Mhm.
I actually paid somebody to go in and set all this up because there's so many moving parts and pieces. So I set everything up, and I mean, my guys was wonderful. So like I now get like 10 to 15 leads a week from people that are just calling me up looking for stuff.
Nice.
What kind of leads, Daniel? Like, can you break it down as far as property versus coaching, et cetera?
So I've gotten a couple of agents that have called that have been interested in getting the real estate license. I actually got one that just passed their exam that joined our group. And then not only that, but I've had like investors call me. One wants to buy a $1.5 million gas station. I've had another that's looking to buy a single family home. They're looking in like the 300 to 400,000 price range. I had another guy that was like looking to invest up into $1 million in property. So, I mean, the leads are quality. You just, as I've always been taught, the fortune's in the follow-up. So, having your follow-up systems in place is what's really going to help.
Yeah, it's all in the follow-up. That's one of the critical things, I'm willing to bet there's at least a dozen people on this call tonight that have had situations in the past where an agent they were talking to went somewhere else, or a client or a prospect they were speaking with went with another agent, or they found out, worse yet is like a neighbor or relative or a friend ended up using another agent because you weren't keeping that front of mind presence going on. Is anybody ever, I mean, just in all candor, has anybody had it? I mean, I've had it happen. I fully admit I've had it happen to me in the past.
Yeah.
And it stings, really stings. And when you have automated systems that do that stuff for you. So Daniel, it sounds like what you've got then, it is pretty well automated. In other words,
It is.
it takes effort, but is the automation pretty robust, would you say?
Yeah. So just to piggyback off of what you mentioned earlier, Gary, what things are transpiring in the real estate industry. I mean, as a whole, it is completely different than it was just a few years ago. So with this artificial intelligence and what's coming down the pipeline is it'll be no more of like, okay, they tell you what you want, and then, you know, your clients tell you what kind of house they're looking for, and then you put them on auto-populate and you send them a bunch of listings. What the AI will do is like, okay, so if they're looking at an open floor plan, they'll look at what that consumer considers an open floor plan and only send them those homes that they selected. Or if they're looking for something with a basement, you know, they'll send them homes that only have a basement. It gets really detailed, and it's really kind of like scary and creepy when you think about it, like just how far it's going. But it's going to be such a benefit to agents moving forward, you know, just to be able to have access to that tool. And you know, it'll be a lot more hands-off until they're actually ready to buy. And then that's when the lead will be handed back over to you, and you'll pick it back up and be like, okay, let's go. And you'll have all the notes and details right there of what all they've looked at and their criteria and parameters. So you'll know how to best service them.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, guys, I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm willing to go out on a limb and suggest that the way the industry has been moving just in the last 10 years, you know, changing in leaps and bounds. And it's technology driven, but it's also technology use based on behavior, right? And that's what artificial intelligence does. You know, it's the software is sophisticated enough. It tracks people's behavior online. You know, it matches keywords and how many listings did you look at? How many times did you look at those listings? All those things are kept in a database, and it's predictive. They predict the next behavior. So if you think about networking and referral, now I'm going to tell you this because I've experienced it, and yes, I've you know, traveled all around and I did all that. I know that gives me somewhat of an advantage because I've been to so many different places and taught so many different people. But it only gives me an advantage in knowing how the marketplace behaves. It didn't really give me an advantage as far as being able to get listings in Spokane, Washington, for example. Okay. The reason I'm telling you this is the referrals have been phenomenal. I mean, when I was 100% in production, well, when I was in production, as my business grew and I was traveling more, okay, the referral business picked up dramatically. And it wasn't just because I had been to Spokane, Washington. It's because I thought, why don't I communicate with somebody out there? Just because they're in Spokane, does it matter if they're in the next town or in the same town or other? The answer is no, it doesn't matter. I promise you. In fact, let's type in the chat box if you've ever received a referral from outside your area. Okay, think about it. The answer should be all. Chances are every referral you ever gave or ever received was from outside the area. Am I right or am I right? You know, so doesn't it behoove us to think on a much broader scale, a national scale? In the old days, that would have been very difficult. It was manual, like manually intensive, texting people, calling people, emailing people. All right. Now you've got a system that does much of that hard work for you. It's matching. It's looking for alignment. That was the one thing when I talked to Brody, he kept emphasizing, we got software that's good enough to look for the alignment. So let me just take a deep breath here. Does that help you guys kind of see the big picture a little bit more? Just that little bit of dialogue there. Yeah, really important. So any other questions? Thank you, Gina, by the way, for the questions. Good questions. Okay. I tell you what, guys, well, you've got, you know, Louis Ray said here, you got Gina here, and you got Daniel here. Three of the top people in the industry that I know. I would be asking questions. So actually, let me ask this question. Who here would like to have a listing, where are we now, end of March, a listing from this system by the end of April? Just one listing, okay? So Daniel, would you say that that's on a scale of 1 to 10, if anybody here on this call signed up for this in the next 24 hours, and guys, I don't get anything for this. I this is not one of those things where I get some kind of kickback. I don't do that anyways. Brody was gracious enough to give us that 2-month discount. But what I'm looking for is if you sign up for this tomorrow, do you think, Daniel, by the end of April, if any agent applied themselves, would they be able to get a listing out of this, do you think?
I don't see why not. The system works if you're willing to do the work.
Yeah.
So that's, it's just like everything. It's not, everyone's looking for that magic button that you just press it and you set it and forget it and that's it. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So, to the members in this group, listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. So Gary came in back when I was with KW, taught in our market center. I took what he taught me, and we, because of his teachings, I was able to double in a 35 unit, $3.2 million deal. And I mean, it just completely changed everything. So, I was able to start a meetup group, my meetup.com group, which is still out there. You can go look it up. We've got over 500 investors just in my local market. So, if you're willing to put in the work, I mean, Gary can definitely take you to that next level. So listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Thanks, Daniel. I'll send you the $50 in the mail tomorrow.
I appreciate that. That'd be good.
I'm just kidding. Hey guys, I'll tell you too, just a quickie. So I've had a lot of testimonials over the years. I made hundreds of them, but there was one that I went and I wanted to interview Daniel. So I literally drove from wherever I was in Canada down to Kentucky just to stop in for a couple hours and do an interview live with Daniel. It is meetup group, by the way, and then continued on to drive the rest of the way to Virginia. And it was probably one of the best interviews I've ever done. We literally were sitting beside each other, side by side on the camera. You guys can find it too. If you go online, you can find it. But in any case, Daniel, I really do appreciate you saying that. And most people here know me because I taught them. I think everybody here I taught at one point. And then, probably half of them are on the team. But what I want to ask is, Louis, if you're still on, can you unmute yourself? Louis, set. There's Louis.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Gary.
Hello, buddy.
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Doing good.
How things up in the beautiful, the north?
Oh, we had snow today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe, Louis. Today it was a little bit breezy. A palm frond fell on my windshield. I had to walk outside and take it off. I just kidding.
We'll get over it soon.
Louis from St. Catharines, Canada, guys, right over the border from Buffalo. Hey, Louis, I know I can't go into a lot of details on what you're working on. And I, by the way, I want to tell everybody publicly, I really appreciate you involving me there, and I want to stay involved. But based on what you're seeing here and what Daniel's saying, what I'm saying, and knowing what you're working on, would you say that this system is in alignment with where the industry is going?
No.
Okay, that's a good candidate. Well, Louis thinks at a different level, guys.
We understand that exponential technologies are taking over the world. And we're talking about AI and different types of AI. We're looking at machine language. And so when you're looking at AI, the information needs to be there. It can't just give you a floor plan unless the floor plan is there. So when listings will have more and more floor plans, the AI will learn. But an AI needs to be taught from the beginning. So the only thing that AI doesn't understand, it can read a book in a second. So theory is no issue. Practice is the problem. The problems that we all have in real estate is dealing with practical issues that come up every day on different listings and different sales. So an AI can't know the answer unless you teach it. So it will need to have real estate agents and brokers with experience in a background teaching the AI whenever a problem comes up. Right? So eventually, once it knows that problem, then it knows. So, but it doesn't know what it doesn't know. So it's going to be fascinating to see our industry in Canada. They're talking about all of the right technologies, but technology doesn't do anything. It needs to be seamless. So if you're talking about smart contracts and NFTs, that's brilliant. How are you going to use it? So we know in California and here there's fraud issues and there's title problems in California. The NFTs will solve that problem. So the technologies are there. It's just how you're going to use them so that they're not in your face. So this goes into KV Core and everything's there. You don't have to think about how does it work, it just works. So as we go forward, we're going to see technology become more and more integrated in what we do so that we have information that we don't have today. It'll become simpler and simpler. The problem long-term is we know that there are 5,000 business models being worked on today. One good place to go on Y Combinator, they help startups. And what we're seeing around the world now is called prop tech. Prop tech is all about our industry, but it's a community of people in our industry with investors and lawyers and so on. And they are developing the next real estate. All right, using state-of-the-art technologies that belong to insurance companies, that belong to mortgage brokers or companies rather, that belong to lawyers. And they're building a new system that is purposely made to go around the realtor. Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought this up because that was the point I was kind of leading towards was the next generation of technology is already being developed beyond what we're even seeing today, even though this is, cutting edge. The next generation is being developed, but really the reason behind it is the premise is we're going to be operating more and more on broader scales, not just nationally, but globally, I know, Louis, beyond that, how much I'm allowed to say or anything when it comes to that, but
no, I can say it's pretty much public now.
Okay.
We're finalizing our VR world where everything's going to happen. The AI is being worked on, the smart contracts are being worked on. So we are setting up that new system, that new business model, if you will, where the buyer and the seller speak to each other as they should. All right, there's nothing that says that they have to go through a realtor. They can go through a lawyer. So the lawyers will always be there. So what we found out is that if the market changes dramatically because of COVID and the debt level and the war and pile it on, inflation and so on, what happens in a couple of years from now when people want to renew their mortgage and the interest rates went from 1.8% to 5, 6, 7, 8%? The realtor is going to come and say, well, my listing commission is 5%. And what's the seller going to say? So you need to think ahead, not just think about today.
Yep.
When the market changes and the seller can no longer afford their house, but they can't afford to pay your commission either. So you have to give them an option. Your expertise is really important, but it can be used differently. So that's the new system that a lot of people are looking at. And tomorrow, again, like what I sent you, Gary, a couple of months ago, in Canada, we've got FinTech is the uppermost real estate association that, it basically talks to everybody in Canada. And they're looking at the technology and they're telling you all the right words. every word that they're saying has to do with new technology and how it will apply for the real estate agent. The one thing they're not telling you about is what they're saying is that we always gave our realtors technology and it was always very good for them. The market was very different. They're not talking about inflation. They're not talking about interest rates going up. They're not talking about interest rates on being taxed on your private home because of the debt level. So they're staying away from anything that has to do with financials. And they're selling you the tech that won't work. And again, tomorrow, I have a meeting with them again. It's going to be the same thing. We've got experts from every industry that are going to be there. The ones that I told you, insurance companies, lawyers, lenders, and heavy duty people, companies. And they're talking for their industry, which is our industry today. They cannot talk on top of the industry or around the industry. They have to work for their clients. Their clients is a realtor and the brokerages. So it's very interesting to see what they're preparing and how they're trying to deal with technology when you've got the prop tech on the other side that are looking way beyond what the real estate industry is doing today. So there is a shift that's coming, and it will happen very quickly. Within the next 2 years, you may see things that you have no idea what's going on today. And we know that the jobs that we have today, a lot of jobs that today are available will now be available 5 years from now. And the jobs that you will have in 3, 4, 5 years are not available today, simply because the world is moving. So stay smart, be wise, look it up, do your research, and position yourself. You're all good at what you do. That's why you're here. That's why you're talking to Gary and you are part of his world. But make sure that you don't just work for today. Prepare yourself for what's coming.
Yeah. One of my favorite sayings is you have to have one eye on today and one eye on tomorrow. And guys, I just want to tell you too, it's not that there'll be fewer jobs. That's not the case. So if you look at any industry as it's evolved and altered by technology, it actually created a new generation of jobs. You follow what I'm saying? I mean, look at the auto industry. People used to make cars by hand, and that wasn't too long ago either, by the way. Now they got all kinds of robotics, but so now the old manual labor is not there, but the robotics labor is there. So in any case, Louis, thank you for that explanation. I'm excited about what's coming down the road and excited to be part of it too. So in any case, so back to here, one eye on today, one eye on tomorrow. One eye on today is I would absolutely network, be on here, set up your profile, just like Lisa's doing. It was interesting. I talked to another person who did this right after the other person that got the 3 listings in February. She literally had just set up her profile. And she said before she logged off, within a minute, she had her first contact, somebody reaching out to her. It's that fast, And the person, by the way, the 2 people, one was Pennsylvania and one was Florida. They weren't even in the same market, not even close. So that's what I'm saying. The stuff that I'm seeing here, I know people are using it, and it's pretty fast. I mean, Daniel, when you set this up, do you recall how soon it was before, when you started getting people like contacts and leads and things like that? Was it pretty fast?
Yeah, it was pretty fast. I would say within roughly within a week and a half, my phone started ringing. So don't tell anybody. Anybody in here from Kentucky? Raise your hand.
Actually,
So
I'm pretty sure you're the only one from Kentucky, because I'm pretty much normally on here.
This is awesome. So don't share this with anybody outside of here. But when anybody calls for EXP in Kentucky, it rings my phone. So I'm very grateful for the guy that set it up, and kudos to him. So maybe I might have shot myself in the foot just now, but it's one of those things. So
Who's that guy?
well, if if it's okay with Gary, I can share his info and put it in here, if that's okay with Gary.
I think
Okay.
you're still co-host, so you can either share a screen or type it in the chat box, you know?
I'll do a search on my email and then post his contact info in the chat box for everybody.
Is that Brody you're talking about, or the person who?
No, the guy that set up my KV core.
Gotcha.
So he did an awesome job, phenomenal job. So
Yeah.
I cannot be grateful enough.
Okay. Yeah, if you could text or type it in the chat box, and you just made me think of, I know I was going to tell you, one of the reasons I really like this for our team is because we are not in one location. We're in, 50 different locations, and we probably have no more than maybe 4 agents in any one area. Like in Houston, I think we have 4 agents. Down in Miami, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agents in Miami, and then one pretty close by up near Fort Lauderdale. So it's not like, you're in an area where you're contending with 10,000 agents. I mean, you do have 10,000 agents in Miami, and you got 10,000 agents in Atlanta. What I'm saying is, on our team, we've got 4, maybe 5 agents. So doing this system is a huge benefit, because most of the agents on a team are in other areas, interfacing with other people in those areas. So this broadens your horizon in a big way, So, because the chat box is getting pretty big here, I should probably look at that. Let's see. APEC. Yeah, hey, Louis, if you go on to the workplace page for the GIA team, you can find the team members there. Brianna's just saying Reggie Walker. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, there's several people there. Reggie's one of the best, Let's see. Yes, we are a global investor agent team. Let's see. Greg's just saying he's had to happen where people, we looked at IdealEstate a year ago, but now that you're mentioning it, okay. So good, Greg. Okay, let's see. That's the link for the form. So Daniel, are you typing in a chat box, or how do you want me to get that guy's contact information?
I was searching for it. Here's the link.
Sorry. Okay. There we go. Cloud coaching. Let's see.
Just out of curiosity, are you able to share what he charged?
It was like, I want to say $300.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty inexpensive. So when you all contact this guy, just make sure you drop my name. Let him know that you're talking to Daniel David. I don't get any kickback for that. It's just Word of mouth. I've sent a lot of business his way and referrals. So, anybody that does a great job, I definitely want to give a shout out to him. And this guy's a rock star.
Thank you so much. Hey, Gary, the link for the 2 months, I've got somebody that's in the process of, she's almost finalized with coming over. How long is that link good for the 2 free months?
I'm not sure, but I mean, Brody, I think, here's what I believe. Anybody that's on the call tonight will probably get it. I made sure I told him, I said, hey, there's agents that are in different brokerages. And he said, that's okay. So if she's with someone else, she can go ahead and start it. Well, hang on a second. I wonder if that would be transportable. Yeah, I think it would be. I think it would be transportable.
Yeah, she's newly licensed. She's just waiting for the stupid state to catch up with the rest of her. That's all.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not a stupid state.
That's okay. It sounds like that's a yes. So I would say, guys, if you want to check it out with like Lisa signing up, I'm going to go ahead and do it myself, obviously, and several others. You can ask questions next week. What do people think? But from what I'm seeing, guys, I mean, I didn't ask for Daniel to be on tonight. He's here of his own volition, and I'm glad he is. And is a great example. I know Susan Murray on our team's used it. So there's no other examples from people in other brokerages. So I don't normally promote stuff like this. You know, Land Voice was one of the things I promoted, and they offered me, you know, some type of a kickback or something. I said, no, I don't want that. I'd rather that go somewhere else. And I had Dana Truman get any proceeds from that. What I wanted was the functionality, and those of you who use Land Voice, turns out it's a good deal. So the other person is Lou Brown, and that's not even technology. That's his systems for, you know, using trust and the affordable certified affordable housing provider. Those things I think are worthwhile for our consumers, and that's why I like that. But so this is one that I haven't even used it yet, but I have not met a single soul that had anything derogatory to say about it. It's like Daniel said, it's like a parachute. Our minds are like parachutes. They only work when you open them up.
You said there was a code.
It's not a code. It's just that link. It's preferred plus basic. Let me
Type it in again.
yeah, let me do this. Hang on one second. Oh, where's the chat box here? All right, I've got to let me stop share for just a second. Actually, let me type in first. Let me retype Daniel's contact info for Shannon Pyatt, and then I'll go back up.
Hey, while you're doing that, can I take over your meeting for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to type this in for everyone, Gina. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hey, there is most of you, if not all of you, have gotten a text from me. There's a new agent attraction app that we're beta testing. So if you could take a second and respond just to the 1-minute survey, there's 2 points to this. One, we want to try and do everything we can to break it so that we can get it fixed before we release it out to it's just in our group, in our Honey Badgers line. That's it. That's the only place this is going. So that's the first thing. And the second reason, there's a contest and I really want to win it. So you guys get that, please respond back. And if you didn't get it, let me know and I'll resend.
Did you understand what I said today about the first question?
Tell me again what you said.
Well, if you don't know, if you hadn't told me, I'd have had to wonder what it was asking about the 50, 100, 120%.
Bingo, it's not clear. Thank
Not
you.
understandable.
All right, I'm going to take that back to everybody. I've got a whole list, so thank you.
Hey guys, what I can do is, if you want, just like I spoke to Brody about this, I'll reach out to the contact that Daniel just gave us. I think his name's Shannon, and let him know we got a national team, and would he be willing to work some type of a volume discount to spread across? Everybody could get maybe $15 or something off. I don't know, but we'll let's try that. That's one of the powers of being in a large network.
So he actually came into the world and taught the class and showed us. So it was great just to see what all it could do. So he has an actual one-on-one boot camp where you can get one-on-one personal time with him for an upgrade. So I did all of that. So it was well worth the money spent.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do I want to do this every quarter, call it a checkup from the neck up. So I know we're 10 minutes past right now. But what I want to do, guys, is sort of light the fire under your butts a little bit. Okay, we're doing really well. When I look at our current production right now, listings and under contract, based on the number of people on the team, we are literally, and you figure a 45-day closing window, we are literally outperforming NAR averages by double. We're double the NAR averages right now, production on our team. So congratulations to you. You guys put all those points on the board, okay? The reason I'm bringing this up is we're heading into peak season. And, let's face it, the holidays through, first day of spring, kind of a rough period. I mean, I look at the numbers every single day. You know, I saw what was going on in January, February firsthand. So we're coming out of it like we're shot out of a cannon. So congratulations to you. But what you want to do is when you're in abundance like that, okay, people say you got the hot hand, you know, give the ball to the guy with the hot hand. All right. What I'm telling you is you want to hit the gas. Do not let up. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, if your tongue's not hanging out, you probably weren't working hard enough. You want to make hay while the sun shines. I mean, I'm coming up with all these crazy cliches, but it's true. Anybody who's been in this business long enough will tell you when business is coming your way, you hit the gas. You just go after it big time, and never hesitate to ask for the business. I do a lot of coaching calls. That's all I do all day long. And I would tell you probably 2/3 of the time, the reason why you might not be getting as much production as you want is you're simply not asking for the business. It's like you ask them, you know, when somebody keeps saying they're hesitating, they're delaying, well, I just want to wait a little bit, and they don't even know why. Ask them, say, you know, what would it take to get this ball across the goal line? What would it take to score a home run here? What's it going to take? Okay. If you were to sell tomorrow, what would that look like? What would the scenario be like for you to sell tomorrow? You know, really put it to them. I'm not saying the first conversation, but if you've been in the quote unquote friend zone for several months or more set years, it's time to ask for the date, you know, and do not be afraid. Don't be shy. If you've had that long of a relationship with somebody, they're not going to shut you down. They're not going to never talk to you again. You know, you have every right to do that, especially when you know the things that we know about the marketplace. And let's face it, would you say there's a higher probability today that the market is absolutely going to go into correction versus this time last year? Is that a affirmative or a negative?
Hey, Gare, we pulled numbers. Is Laura on this call? Laura's on.
I think I did see her earlier, yes, but I'm not sure.
I saw her earlier too. We pulled numbers in Atlanta specifically on this, and the top end of the market is completely flat. Like it hasn't done anything. And so she's looking, the mid-level looks not very good. Also, like it's softened up dramatically. Bottom's still hot, but I don't know where else we're seeing it, but we just pulled those numbers today for Atlanta.
Yep, and I've seen that before. And the reason why the super affluent aren't moving is because they don't have to. They've already got the house they want. They would get a house if they want another house. Okay. And they're smart enough to know that they will be the master of delayed gratification when there's uncertainty in the marketplace, which there certainly is. And I believe it, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to give you reality. This is not the time to be scared. This is the time to take action and be prepared. All right. These are some pretty serious words, but I'm pretty serious about it. I don't have a crystal ball. I hope everything goes great. I really do. But I know from experience, it's better to be prepared and not have to use it than to not be prepared and wish you had it. Right. So in any case, the top end of the market typically is going to put the brakes on because they're going to wait and see. They're good with their money. That's why they're top of the market. Right. So watch what they do. If you want to learn how to work with money, watch what people who have money do. You know, the bottom end will always move. And if you think about it, a lot of investor transactions are at the bottom end. It's just part of the business. Yeah, you'll get, you know, $3,000 or $5,000 on a commission, which will get 20 commissions. You know, so in any case, I feel like I'm starting to get kind of preachy here, but what I want to emphasize is this. Doing a checkup for the neck up, I would ask yourself this. Has your production the last 3 months been acceptable to you? And if it's not, you know, what are you going to do about it? And this is why we have these classes, and this is why we have strategy calls. So if you haven't had a strategy call for a while, I would definitely set one up, you know. Some of you are working with Gina, talk to Gina. If you're working with me, talk to me. We're developing some other, another coach on the team, by the way, to help out. And there's room for you too, you know. Nothing could be in this environment that we're in this market we're in. I mean, Daniel's living proof, you know, he's coaching where he is. There's always room, you know. show step up to the plate. Show us what you want to do. Go back to the basics. Make sure you've done your vision, goals, action plans. That 4-step process is critical. Now is a good time to review it. If you did it back in January, now would be a really good time to review it and look at what you've accomplished since then. Okay. And then give yourself green check marks and look ahead for the next 3 months. And, by the end of June, if you really have your heart in the game, I would say whatever you produce in the first 3 months is double that in the next 3 months. Shoot for the stars, man. You might only hit the moon, but it's better than shooting for the moon and hitting a rock. Something magical happens when you condition your mind to think and act at a higher level. The only way to make it do that is to set goals at that higher level. I mean, you really got to push it, okay? Because if your goals are only so-so, like they're like not challenging, it's just I'm going to do 3 more. That's not challenging enough. Your mind will keep coming up with the same thoughts and ideas and action steps that you did the last 3 months that got you the first 3 transactions. If you want to double that, you got to think at a whole new level. That's how super achievers get there, is they constantly put that bar way up there beyond what they reasonably think they'll achieve. And what happens is your mind goes into work in overdrive mode. You're not even aware of it. And it comes up, you'll wake up and you'll have some idea and you'll think, you know what, that's exactly what I needed. Okay. And the good news for me is the more you do that, the more you get used to it, it becomes habit. Okay. That, what I just described, becomes habit. So in any case, that was my preaching moment for tonight. Any questions? Does anybody feel challenged?
I do.
Yep. I like Louis' message, universe conspires to give us what we focus on.
There's
I
lots
have a
of
question.
homework.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I kind of missed the beginning part of the introduction to the platform.
Mhm.
So what I'm understanding, the platform, in order to get listing, you get referrals from other agents. Is that how that works? You put your profile up, set
Yeah.
it up correctly, and then they send you referrals. Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, Daniel, I haven't actually used it yet. But my first interaction with someone who's been using it, the 3 they described to me, all 3 were listings. So the way it works is it's like a crowd-fed system, like Waze. You got to in this case, you have to put your profile in there, and you want to connect with people. Now, a lot of it's going to be automatic. When you put your profile out there, you're going to start getting emails from people who are in alignment with your profile. So when they have somebody, so you're in a great position, Daniel, because you're in Houston, 4th largest market in the country, and one of the absolute best all-time investor markets ever, period. So as long as you position yourself properly in your profile, you're going to attract those people. So in any case, part of investing is everybody who buys eventually sells. So when people look at my business in the early years, that first year, man, I swear it was 90-something% buyer sides. It was probably, let's see, 2002. I'd say probably 6 years later, it flipped. Now granted, the market changed too, but man, it was all listings. And that kind of set me on a projectile for the next, to where I am today. So you really do want to get in the flow. And I mean, just take what comes your way. Don't ever say no to anything. I mean, and this is true for everybody here, guys. I don't care if you get like Daniel got a gas station deal. Now you probably know enough, if you're on my team, you always say yes. Even if you never sold a gas station before or anything commercial, you always say yes, because we've got enough support on the team. We know how to sell gas stations. I mean, in fact, we got one right now, right? Craig Leverett. Craig, you on the way, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
Yep. Hey, you mind giving us a quick rundown on that? Is that thing open to the public yet, or?
No, not yet. So he's got to meet with his partners in the LLC. It's 3 of them. So hopefully we'll get that done this week. The the inspection, not the inspection, but the appraisal is like crazy. So that's the bump in the road that we found. Finding an appraiser has been tough, and the one appraiser that we did find, he's talking between $3,000 and $5,000 for the appraisal. Yeah, so we're trying to find more. One of my residential appraisers, I had reached out to him, and he knew a commercial appraiser, but he died. Yeah, so I tried to get him to go ahead and sign the contract and, you know, put it on the market for what they wanted, what they thought it was worth. But they kind of backed off a little, and I went on vacation. Just got back today. So we'll be talking tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a time set up so I can meet with everybody in the partnership.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I tell you what, did you try some of the, like Anderson and some of the other areas we talked about?
Yeah, I did. I haven't come up with anything up there yet.
Okay.
All of these guys were out of Augusta, Aiken, North Augusta, and yeah, Augusta.
Okay. Nobody in Greenwood?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Shoot. Well, try. Did you try Anderson, but nobody was there, or just haven't had a chance to look at it yet?
No, I tried it.
Okay.
I went and I Googled it first, and then I asked around up there too for some of the commercial agents that I know, and yeah, no luck.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be a big pill to swallow for the seller. But the thing is, it's all relative. I mean, if he makes, you know, the profit he wants to make, it's just part of the cost of doing business. You know, unfortunately, it's got to happen. You know. So
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
hard part.
The one agent, I mean, the one that I did talk to that said between 3,000 and 5,000, he said he knows it's not going to be below 3,000. But he sounded like the most knowledgeable of the three that I talked to. You know, and he was talking about how he would do it individually, because it is a liquor store, restaurant, and gas station, and they have above ground tanks. So he was the one that was most knowledgeable, that asked all the questions and just sounded like he knew more of what he was talking about.
Okay.
And he's 4th generation.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Well, thanks for sharing that. Hey, for everybody on the call here, I want you to do me a favor, both you and I, is send an email to me with what you're looking to accomplish in April, May, and June. Okay. And be brave, you know, and if you've are just really tired of where you are right now, as far as your position in business, I mean, step up to the plate and swing at everything. Okay. When you get in a slump, just if you ever played baseball or had any interest in baseball, the coach will always tell you the only way to break out of a slump is to swing your way through it. Has anybody ever played baseball before? You got to keep swinging. You're eventually going to get a hit, and you get that feeling back. You know, you get back into flow. So, by the way, Tony Moore, I think you said you used the same guy that Daniel was using to set you up?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Excellent. Okay. How long ago was that?
It was last year. It was, the later part of last year.
Okay.
And then I had 4 coaching calls with him.
Okay. Are you able to spend much time working it? I mean, you're starting to get some traction, get some contacts and so forth?
Not really, not yet.
Okay.
Because you know my situation. So
yeah,
I'm getting that much closer to hanging it up. So
yeah, I know you were waiting on. I don't know. Did you get the news you wanted to get back a few months ago?
I got part of the news. I'm just waiting on the big news.
Okay.
Then I'm done.
All right. All right. Well, keep me posted on that. You know.
Okay.
So, hey guys, I want to also, before we go, I want to recognize Bonetta for being the first person to head up the R group out of our core groups. which is a Ramp It Up group. She let me know a couple weeks back that they're coming to it close to the end, and she's going to be moving forward and focusing on her own business and so forth. And I just want to thank you for Bonetta for you always claim the spot of being the first with that group, and it's probably one of the most critical groups that we have, and the largest group, by the way. So thank you very much for doing that. So,
You're welcome.
yeah, and then and Kendra is actually going to be stepping in to fill those big shoes. Not that you have big feet, but I'm just, metaphorically speaking.
Now, who is Kendra? Oh, Kendra. This is
Kendra
Kendra.
Robbins. Yeah, I think she's on. I just saw her a moment ago. There she
I'm
is.
here.
Hi, Kendra.
Hi.
So Kendra will be kicking off to our group. We're going to have a transition. We're going to be working on that with Beverly and Gina and me and of course Bonetta. So in any case, we're excited about the future. We'll open up another. So Daniel, what we did is we created something called CORE. It came from Gina. It was Gina's brainchild. CORE, the C stands for champion, O stands for opportunity, R stands for ramp it up, and E stands for engage. So the C group, that's the people that are, lots of years experience, putting out a lot of business, things like that. The O group is they've been in it for a little bit. They're productive, but they want more. They know they can get more, that's the opportunity group. And the R group is, they're pretty much just getting into the game and they really want to ramp it up. And the E group they're just getting engaged, So, and people on the team are actually stepping up to the plate. And Brianna's one of them. Brianna Latham's running one of the groups. So. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm definitely excited to hear about, the success your group's having. Thanks for having me on. It was awesome to be here. And I do want to drop a little golden nugget if I can.
Absolutely.
Didn't know if so Gary and I go back a little bit. I just recently became an MLO. So I got my loan originator license simply because I want to hedge my bets and cover both ends. So the main reason that I got into the loan origination side was to help investors. So Gary, do you ever have investors that need hard money or, money for fixing and flipping?
Every day.
Every day. So did you know that you could put down 15%, and if your rent roll covers 75% of your mortgage, you're approved.
Wow. Is that the I don't know if Susan Murray's on. What they call it? There was they call it, it's like a debt coverage ratio loan. Like they're not looking at your personal income, they're looking at the property.
Yep. It's like the newest thing that's out right now. It's really lucrative. And for you that have investors, I mean, it's definitely something if they don't want to feel like it's a long drawn out process. It's simply 15% down. If 75% of the rent covers the mortgage, you're approved. It's that easy. So that's with Nexa Mortgage. And if you're interested, if Gary wants to share my contact info, you all can drop me an email. I can put you in touch with a Nexa agent in your area. They'll be more than happy to service you on that.
Yeah, definitely, Daniel. If you want to type your info in, and are you involved on the in all 50 states, or is it just individual certain states?
So for me, I'm involved in Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, and that's it. And then, but Nexa covers 48 states, and then I believe they also cover Canada. So,
cool.
And is that only residential 1 to 4 units?
So we have residential, but then we also can cover commercial as well.
Right. Thanks.
Right. Okay. Well, that's big for us because we're definitely, our commercial business we're growing. We got 10 people on a mastermind group, and we're getting some big pictures.
Just send it over what you got, and then I'll be happy to put you in touch with the excellent LO in your area that can definitely help you out.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, this has definitely been a unique class tonight. Not just because of the subject matter, but because some of the folks we have on. And Daniel's, again, he's in EXP now. Was with an independent for a while, and then before that was KW. And excellent track record. I mean, just a true rock star. So, in any case, thanks, Daniel. For, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks. If any of you all want to brainstorm or mastermind like agent attraction, I love doing that. That's actually what I coach on. So love to hear, pull back the curtain and discuss like agent attraction strategies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Daniel,
Okay.
what's your phone number? Because you're getting a call tomorrow.
You gotta type it in. And Louis, I want to thank Louis Reese for being on also. I know you're a busy guy, and a lot of stuff that we bring in doesn't apply to Canada and vice versa. But the concepts and the theories, all that stuff, we obviously have to have systems in both countries. But yeah, great. It's good to see you. And I'll hopefully be up there again, Louis. I'm not sure when. There was something, somebody wanted me to teach in Waterloo and all the way to the other end in Kingston. I haven't heard back from them. I told them I'm glad to come up now. Things seem to be cleared up as far as the border goes. So we'll see. But haven't been up there for quite a while. I might wait till June or July. But I can wear shorts. So, hey guys, any final thoughts or questions before we go?
Yeah, one Gary.
Yep.
The system that you had spoke on in the beginning.
Mhm.
So is that $40 a month after? Is that the price of it?
Yeah, they're giving us 2 months for free, and you don't even put in your credit card or anything.
Okay.
Now, I do believe there's a free version already on KV Core. I just don't know what all. It probably doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles, but I'm thinking for $40 a month, from the things I'm hearing from people, I would probably lean towards doing it.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah, maybe let's get the gas station sulfur, because I think I've already got. I already know I got 2 people wanting to look at it once it's ready.
Okay.
Hey, Gary,
Yeah.
Yes.
is Greg done?
Hey, Banana, get closer to your microphone. I can't hardly hear you.
I think it's my shoot, wait a minute. What I wanted to ask you is, you said that was on KV Core. Is that the Core Boost? I mean, is that the Core?
No, when you go into KV Corbin on the left-hand side, the drop-down panel, you want to click on Marketplace. It's towards the bottom. It looks like a symbol of like a Greek building. It's called Marketplace.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I looked down there, but I didn't see. What I saw was, oh shoot, where is it? Here it is. Okay. I see core video for groups. Is that what it's talking about?
No, here, let me show you. Let's see, we're a KV Core. All right, so if you look here on this panel on the left,
Yeah.
all the way down here, right here, and it's not showing Marketplace. You click on that.
Right.
Okay. Then you have to scroll down into the next section.
Right.
Keep going.
Mhm.
There it is right there, IdealEstate.
IdealEstate agent recruiting.
Yeah, but that's just what they said. It's
Okay.
one system.
Got it. I
If you
was
click
looking at
on
the
it,
wrong thing. Okay.
and you have to add it, click add to your KV Core. Okay.
Right.
And I don't know why they had this part of it focuses on this, because it really is the main thing is it's networking, and it's referral based, it's crowd fed,
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong thing because I was like, this, I don't get this. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so Craig, if you want to start there, you can start there. I would recommend do the 60-day version first, because apparently you get a lot more bells and whistles. You got 60 days to check it out. And I would just put the effort into it and see what you think, you know, and then you can decide to keep it for 40 a month or drop back and do the free version, you know?
Okay, sounds good. And
Go ahead.
so I'll reach out to you tomorrow, Gary, and see if you got some time to so we can talk about the gas station.
Well, you use that scheduling like if you still have it.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Use that. Sometimes I can operate on the fly, but I knew when I went to bed last night, at least the first 2 days, Wednesday is going to be a little bit easier. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So Gary, I went to that link on IdealEstate and it asks for credit card information.
The one on the link with that I put in the
preferred.
chat box.
Yes.
Lisa, did that do that to you too? Did you? It didn't. Did you go ahead and click on the whatever? Let me just grab the link here. Hang on one second. Well, I can't do that because it's going to take me back to my sign-in box. But you should get what Lisa got, unless you've been in there before.
Mine comes in and says upgrade to preferred plus basic. Total price $40, total $40, and ask for card number, and then pay or GPay.
Huh. So Lisa, you didn't get that at all, did you? From what I remember.
No.
Did you click on the one like the button below where it says $40 a month? Did you click on that?
I clicked on the link that you sent me.
Yeah.
Or they
preferred dash plus dash basic.
I think that's it. Yeah.
It said 2 months free.
Does this say 2 months free there, Rob?
No, it says 60 days, no auto renewal.
There's no free time. There's only 60 days at a decreased rate. For the $40. You get the bells and whistles for 60 days for $40, and it goes up, but they're not automatically charging your card. So get in there and use it for 60 days so that you know what you're paying for when you decide to allow it to check your card, but it's not going to auto charge your card.
Okay, so you're still paying the $40 for those 60 days though?
Correct.
Okay, that's what was confusing to me then.
Now I'm confused. Maybe I went to the wrong spot. I'll have to play around in there.
I already have a profile with IdealEstate, but I've never paid for anything. I mean,
right.
You know,
there's a paid version. There's a paid version, which is the link that Gary gave us. And I went in, when I was playing with it while he was talking, I had the same thing. And I'm like, wait a minute. But when I went back, cleared my cache, clicked his link, I was able to sign in and put my card in.
Okay. So you did have to put your card in then.
Yeah, but you know what though, guys, Lisa, I mean, she went through it right here online about an hour ago, and it definitely she didn't have to do that.
I see what the issue is, Gary.
What's that?
Because I just went back and clicked on it, and mine says basic. And then when I clicked on the link that you just put in the thing again, it says the same, it's the same link, but it says upgrade to preferred plus basic, $40.
So you get for 40 months, for 2 months, for $40, you get to play with it and learn about it so that you can know what the value it has for you to reinvest your money.
Yeah, whether you want to pay the 160 or whatever it is more.
I see.
Lisa, it sounds like Lisa got just the basic though. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
so I'm gonna upgrade right now.
Yeah, she did not do the upgrade, the preferred
plus basic.
Plus basic, she just said basic.
Well, good thing we figured that out.
Yeah. So, well, I'll double check. I'm pretty sure you said we get two months for free. So
that's what it says. It says no auto, oh wait, no, that's not what it says.
That's not what it says, no.
No, it says 60 days, no auto renewal, 5 manual candidates a month, 10 total.
That's exactly what it says.
So Gary, should I wait before I put my credit card in there? Or?
Well, yeah, here it is. Your preferred basic $40, 60 days, no auto renewal, 5 manual candidates a month, 10 total. Yeah, tell you what, let me, I think I will go ahead and use it unless she made a mistake. So what's the cost after 2 months, Cindy? Is it 160 per month after 2 months?
I didn't dig that far to know.
Oh, because that would be different. I thought it was $40 after the 2 months. Let me, I'll
Yeah,
double check with them. I'll send them a message.
There are 3 levels.
Yeah. I really wanted to get him on the call, but we weren't able to work that out. Let me go to the text here. All right. I tell you what, let me wait till after. I'll send him a text after the call here. And what
Here's
I'll
the
do
price.
is,
Here's the
what's that?
pricing. Preferred Plus starter is $159 a month. And then they have a Preferred Plus Premium, which they say is the most popular. It's $249 a month. And that says best for large individual organizations and brokerages interested in scaling faster. And then there's a Preferred Plus Enterprise, the Pro version, which is $369 a month. And that's best for enterprise brokerages and large franchise owners.
So from my perspective, back to the for $40, we can't lose if we get in there and work it. Because then it'll start paying for itself.
Ideally, yes.
And Rob, what's the first level?
First level is called Preferred Plus Starter. So $159 a month, and it says
Gotcha,
best
okay.
for agents who want to grow their individual organization.
Okay.
You know what's really weird, Gary? I'm looking at this website and it says, preferred membership benefits include, and there's a whole list, and it says $39.99 a month. Sign up now.
Okay. That's the basic one, right?
No, it says preferred membership, $40, $39.99 a month.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
It must vary per state because what he was reading, mine starts in Virginia here, $199 for the 3 levels, $199, $299, and $499. Starter $199, premium $299, and enterprise $499.
Now, Bonetta, I'm in Virginia also.
Well, I'm looking at it. I can share my screen. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing
That's
to do
very
is
interesting.
probably,
That's
Gary,
very
probably the best
interesting.
thing to do is talk with Brody and get this squared away from us or
Yeah,
whatever.
because we got different prices.
Yeah. What I'll do is, Susan, I'm going to send him a text message, and then we'll put the answer in the email that Beverly sends out tomorrow.
Gary, I was looking at the very, very bottom. If you go just down to IdealRealEstate.com, this is what I come up with as a pricing page, and this is what it pulls up for pricing. It doesn't talk about in depth what we're getting. It's the referral scenario, 20 connections, 40 people. This is different than what he's offering us for $40 for 60 days, but it would kick into whatever your next steps are going to be. But if you go to that pricing page, that's just stuck in the link, that will give everybody what the basic looks like for the membership benefits.
Okay. I think what I'm looking at is this in here looks like it's geared solely for agent attraction. This is the one that you would add to your KV Core. Okay, this is not going, I don't think this is going to bring you buyer and seller leads.
The one that I just put in the thing is the one I'm looking at.
It says agent attraction though.
The one that David was showing was done through KV Core, and it is significantly higher, which is what I mentioned at the very beginning, is if you go through KV Core, it's a different price point than if you go straight to the website itself. And it does, I don't know how that it connects to KV Core. If you just go to his site, that might be a conversation to have in the chat with the company tomorrow.
Yep. Well, what I think I'll do is, can everybody see my screen now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. This basically just says preferred membership. It doesn't say preferred plus or preferred plus basic. It just says preferred. Sign up now. Membership benefits include automated referral partner and client matching. Okay. So that's getting the transactions. Of course, building a referral network. Client cultivation. So this is more production oriented here.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Yep. So what I want to find out, I think you're right, Rob. Now that I'm kind of thinking through the other verbiage, that was all about agent attraction, which is important too, but
You see where it says interested in recruiting agents right where you are, where Gina's head popped up? Go, keep scrolling down, Gary. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, right there. Interested in recruiting agents, click there. That could be a different thing.
Yep. So up here, that's getting the production business. Okay, how it works. Attract
Now you're
agents.
yeah.
And now there we go.
That's where the price differences are. So it depends on what you're wanting out of it. So my perspective is you'd spend 40 bucks for 2 months, you generate the money so that you can pick a plan.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Back to the Gary, back to the Gary says, get your goals and get to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, at the end, what I'd like to have you do, if you guys don't mind, is send an email to me with what that is. I mean, really, I mean that. And then we'll have some coaching calls coming up that are, there should be a lot of slots open up next week. Monday is a travel day for me. But it'll be over the phone. I'll still have the calls to just be over the phone. But what I want to do is take advantage of this for those of you who are going to be doing it. And then no matter what your situation is we definitely want to get you stepping up to the plate and swinging the bat. Not just having conversations, but actually asking for the business. That's what we call going from the friend zone to the dating zone. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the friend zone, but everybody does it, including me, you know, and it's great to have those relationships, but if you have an obligation to yourself and your family to also serve others and generate a revenue as a result. So if you could each do that, that would be awesome. And I'll get clarity. I think we got clarity now. But now my big question is, Bonetta, you saw one that said,
yeah,
what $199 a month? I wonder if that's this. The basic.
It is. It looks exactly like this, Gary. It looks exactly like this. When I bring it up in KV Core, right there it says $199. It says $299 next to that, and it says $499 for enterprise.
It might
in my KV Core.
It might integrate into your KV Core. That might be the bump up in price because it integrates into your KV Core.
Don't know.
It's a different price. It's a different price through KV Core than it is straight at the website.
Here's the $64,000 question though. Can we do this, for example, right? Agent attraction plus this, where we actually get transactions? Because to me, we should want both. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
I don't want one or the other. I mean, my whole purpose for this, guys, was because it had both. You know, that was my intention coming into this. So let me get clarity on that, and I'll try to get an answer by the time Beverly sends the email out tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Hey, once again, we're on a roll. We're breaking records as far as our classes go. So you know, but I'm glad to do it as long as you guys are getting a lot out of it. And you know, we spent a lot of time on this. I thought we'd be about an hour, but that's okay. I want to thank again all the guests who were on tonight, not just Daniel and Louis, but anybody that's a friend of one of the agents on the team. You're welcome to join us in class. It's not always like this. Normally it's a regular, like next week. Oh, next week, Ron Williams is coming on. I interviewed him on our podcast, and he has a program where he teaches, his specialty is new construction. He used to be a builder, and he teaches agents, just like I teach agents how to work with investors. He teaches agents how to work with builders, okay, and get those contracts. You guys excited about that one?
Yes.
Because that's one of the biggest things in our business right now is builders building more housing. So I would say jump in on that one. He's with Caldwell Banker, and he just started this, and he's teaching all over the country, and sounds just like I was about 7 years ago. So I'm excited to have him on. And the person that actually brings him onto the team will, you know, he'll go underneath you. So how about that for an incentive? Reach out to him and follow up. But okay, guys, I'll go ahead and call it a day. Thank you again for participating. Again, thanks for the guests for being on board. We will see you next week, same time, same place. In the meantime, God bless you and your families, and stay safe and keep swinging the bat.
Adios.
Thank you. Good night.
You're welcome.